TCOM Group raises $463 million in its IPO, and Saudi banks to post larger margin increases in 2023. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramya Faraj. TCOM Group has raised $463 million in its IPO, which attracted bids worth $9.5 billion amid a boom in regional share offerings. The IPO is the second share offering by the government after Dubai Electricity and Water Authority raised $6.1 billion in April. TCOM Group, owned by Dubai Holding Asset Management, says the latest retail offering registered the highest oversubscription for IPOs on the Dubai financial market. It says the final offer price was set at the top of the price range. Banks in Saudi Arabia, India, and South Africa could post larger increases in margins in the fiscal year 2023 following interest rate hikes in most emerging markets. That's according to Moodys, who say orderly, gradual increases in interest rates will improve banking profits in most emerging market banking systems. But Moodys says rapidly rising inflation will necessitate higher loan loss provisions, erasing margin gains. Moodys says the steep inflation rates reflect supply and demand imbalances, increases in commodity prices, and currency pressures. G7 nations are discussing capping Russian oil prices as well as new sanctions to hurt its defense industry. Officials are contemplating how to cap the amounts of money the Russians can get for their key oil exports. They say they're still in final discussions with other G7 counterparts to finalize setting the global price cap for Russian oil. The White House also unveiled new measures to hamper Russia's ability to resupply the weapons used in its war against Ukraine. The G7 told Russia today it must allow grain shipments to leave Ukraine to avoid exacerbating a global food crisis. In a joint statement, G7 leaders said they urgently call on Russia to cease its attacks on agricultural and transport infrastructure and to enable free passage of agricultural shipping from Ukrainian ports in the Black Sea. To China, where the profits of industrial firms declined by 6.5% year-on-year in May despite the easing of COVID-19 lockdowns. Official figures show the fall in profits was still less than the 8.5% year-on-year decline recorded in April. Meanwhile, mining industry profits increased 92.2% year-on-year. The performance of coal, petroleum, and other energy industries boosted the profits by these enterprises by 9.5 percentage points. The increase can be attributed to the rise in commodity prices caused by the Ukraine war. China's monetary policy will continue to support economic recovery. That's according to the People's Bank of China, which says China's real interest rates are low considering inflation. China's outstanding green loans exceeded $2.69 trillion as of March, while outstanding green bonds reached about $190 billion. A winding-up petition has been filed against embattled property developer China Evergrande Group at the Hong Kong High Court. The petition was made by a company in Samoa, and a hearing will be held on August 31st. Reeling under more than $300 billion in liabilities, Evergrande's offshore debt is deemed to be in default after missing payment obligations late last year. The firm is expected to announce a preliminary debt restructuring plan by the end of July. I'm Ramya Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.